I'm Andy Borkowski here at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. We're in the far right-hand corner of the Metro Toronto Convention Center looking at THQ's games. Now tell us a little bit about one of the showcase products today.
Yes, my name is Brian Williams. I'm one of the gameplay designers on WWE 13. I'm here in lovely Toronto showing this out at Fan Expo. Yeah, as you can see, you can hear that over in the loud.
We are live. It's happening right now.
Exactly, live and in the flesh. Just here, yeah, showing what's the latest and greatest from THQ and Ukes, the developer of WWE 13. One of the brand new things we're showing this year, or at this event, is our new single-player campaign called Attitude Era Mode. Any wrestling fan out there, as soon as I say Attitude Era, they'll probably realize what that means. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, D-Generation X. You'll be able to relive all the drama and all the action from the Attitude Era, the formation of D-Generation X. You can watch Stone Cold's rise, the meteoric rise to the top of the WWE, all played within the Attitude Era. We got a ton of cool unlockable content, new superstars, new championship titles to unlock. It's just an awesome mode. I think fans are really going to dig it.
So you're looking for the guys who are in their mid-20s that lived when they were like 8 or 9 during that era, right? The Attitude Era.
Want to get those guys, and want to get those guys who weren't even born in the Attitude Era.
Weren't even born yet.
Weren't even born. They can pick up this game and learn and realize why all those older wrestling fans are so enamored with the Attitude Era. So it works on both fronts, you know. It's edutainment at its finest.
Now, the WWE franchise has probably one of the most dedicated fan bases that will create superstars that you could never imagine, the most amazing creations. Do we still have components like that in this game?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Our Creative Superstar mode is one of the most popular modes in the game. Outside of whatever new bells and whistles and cool additions we make to gameplay, to modes, Creative Superstar is by far and away one of the most popular. So, of course, you know, you'll be able to create, you know, anybody to your heart's content through that mode. We also have some cool surprises in store for those, you know, Creative Superstar fans, which I can't get into at the moment. We'll be talking about more information as we get closer to release, but suffice it to say that, yeah, that mode will still be in W13.
Now, having the chance to talk to fans who have gotten to play the game today, what has been the consensus? Because for most people, if not all of them, this is the first time they get their hands on WWE 13.
The consensus is that I've heard is that people they're digging it. They're having a good time. I'm seeing a lot of people coming back for seconds, for thirds, for fourths. They just can't get enough. In particular, there's one father and son. They came by yesterday, and they've come by again today, you know, and I just like seeing that. You know, I think so far the response has been overwhelmingly positive.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of the game, can you showcase a few, because you talked about it a little bit before, but some of the big advancements that make WWE 13 that much better than the previous iterations in the franchise?
Oh, yes, I sure can.
Absolutely.
We have these brand new, one of our new gameplay features is Spectacular Moments. And what the Spectacular Moments are, it's an umbrella of events it's more or less, you know, performing actions that are not the norm. You know, when you step foot in the wrestling ring, you see the suplexes, the brain busters, devastating maneuvers, but maneuvers you would expect. Yeah. The Spectacular Moments are those moments that occur on the rare occasion. Being able to destroy the ring, which recently occurred in a pay-per-view match at Vengeance between the Big Show and Mark Henry. Absolutely. You were able to do that in this year's iteration of the game. Being able to catch an opponent in mid-flight and hit them with your finishing move is another spectacular moment that you'll be able to recreate in WWE 13, as well as being able to put your opponent through the announce table, which is something that we've had in the game in previous years, but we removed that functionality. But we brought it back, and it is completely badass. If I can say that, I hope I don't get fined by the FCC.
Well, in terms of the announce table, you're taking out the monitors, you're taking off the top, just like in the actual WWE?
Just like on programming. Throwing the guy on top, and then climbing on top with him, and using the pedigree, the rock bottom, stunning him through the table. It's amazing. It never gets old.
In terms of multiplayer, how does that showcase in WWE 13?
Well, you know, the multiplayer component of our game is also one of the key elements of our game. And at this event at Fan Expo, I've been seeing, I mean, most people that do play the game, they're playing multiplayer matches, and just seeing the back and forth competitive feel of the matches and how the ebbs and flows of the match. How one guy's got the upper hand, and then all of a sudden, just as soon as he was in control, now he's on the defensive.
Just like the actual WWE.
Just like the actual WWE. So whether you're playing against the AI or a buddy, you know, I think just the pacing in the matches this year are so much better than they were in WWE 12. And we actually got some pretty good accolades about the pacing in WWE 12. So far from what I'm hearing, we've managed to even top ourselves.
That was some of the criticism of the previous iterations, that it felt as if, especially if you're playing against AI, there were 2 or 3 moves that someone could do that would be essentially cheap. and you wouldn't be able to break out of it. How have you been able to address that issue so that it has that nice flow that you're looking for, like in an actual WWE match?
Excellent question. Excellent question. This was like a two-pronged assault, actually. A lot of those cheat moves and the cheating were actually bugs.
Okay.
A lot of them were bugs. So with the help of the community, the hardcore WWE fans, our community, they're very rabid, and they'll let us know when something's not working the way it should. With their help, and we basically just pinpointed all those kind of glitchy moves that are exploited, and a lot of them have been fixed. I can't say on the record that all have been fixed, but we had a concentrated effort.
Right? It's progression.
Exactly. And that's actually helped to ensure that the matches are a bit more balanced and fair. So you're not seeing the same spear being used over and over again without having a defense against it. That won't be the case in WWE 13.
Absolutely. Now, people who are kind of reticent about coming to Fan Expo, how has your experience been, and what is it like?
My experience it's been great. I'm from Los Angeles, and I've been to Comic-Con on one occasion, outside of work, just as a fan. Yeah. But before I became a wrestling nerd, I was the biggest comic book geek on the face of the planet. I mean, I was a Marvel guy completely. And I've kind of, gradually over the years, kind of got out of comics, and wrestling became my passion. But I think this event is awesome. Yeah. It kind of brings me back to that time where when I was a kid and seeing everybody dressed up and just the passion that everybody has for the comics, for the movies, the video games. It's amazing. And I got to say, there's quite a few attractive women here as well. I don't remember this many good-looking women being involved in comics before. It's awesome.
Not only good-looking women, but dressed scantily clad as well.
Exactly, yeah. It's been nice. Good people watching, I'll say.
Well, that's the one issue, though, because they're wearing masks, so it's hard to tell, right?
It can be hard to tell sometimes. You kind of just hope and wish for the best.
Now, finally, for fans, what can they expect in WWE 13? When can they play it and purchase it? And what are some just kind of final words you want to say?
Well, I think we did a good job with WWE 12. Very well received game. We had some complaints and criticism about the single player campaign, Road to WrestleMania. But looking at what we did in 12, I think we learned a valuable lesson and took all those lessons into WWE 13. We revamped that single player campaign, giving players a wholly unique experience where you're actually reliving events from WWE's past in a very inventive fashion. So I think the Attitude Era mode is really something that is going to be liked by both the hardcore fan as well as maybe a lapsed fan who hasn't played the game in a while. The game will be out October 30th, and honestly, for PS3, 360, Nintendo Wii, got to put those platforms out there. And I think if you are a fan of wrestling like I am, whether it's WWE or any other promotion, I mean, this is the game for you. It really is. I mean, all of us working on this game put our heart and souls into this, and so does our developer Ukes. I mean, this is the game built by the wrestling fan for the wrestling fan. So if you haven't played last year's game, come on back. WWE 13 is not an unlucky number. It's a good luck number. Check it out.
There we go. I'm Andy Borkowski here at the Metro Toronto Convention Center for Fan Expo Canada.